Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sonoma Raceway here in Sonoma, California for the second of 3 races that we will be participating in the San Francisco area. 42 drivers will be on the grid today as we have another team that has joined the ARCSOA fray, and they actually got one of their cars onto the physical grid, so we'll talk a little bit about that. We had some cars last week get Room of Doom after Golden State. Mainly 5th place finisher Takumi Hirano, Ryan Matthews from 25th, and there was another car in there that I cannot remember right now that got Room of Doom. It wasn't Bobby Jones, because Bobby Jones got Room of Doom but then appealed that, which I think makes every weekend that we have had a Room of Doom session that Bradley Automotive has somehow failed a car. Which is quite interesting there as well. Because that team really needs to get through Room of Doom quite cleanly. But with that being said, there isn't a ton that actually we have to talk about. Other than the fact that this track last season was one of the more attrition-filled races of the year. And we're expecting it to be somewhat similar again tonight, as this track is one of the more tough ones that we go to. It's a lot of twisting and turning. There's another new track we go to next week, so we will be interesting. It will be very interesting to see how this race might turn out for some people. Let's take a look at your starting grid. Starting from the rear on the grid, we have one of our new drivers on the grid. This is Lou Grainer. He is driving the updated Porsche Roy Inc. car. That car, of course, he is filling in for Apo Anselmi, who is out on an injury call after a big accident at the Golden State Motorsports Park. And there's Chester Wester in the Buick. Mika Miyazaki and Kai Dry also made it on the grid. Kind of surprised to see both blameless cars make the grid today through pre-qualifying. Ryan Matthews has been very, very slow this weekend. And Allison Holiday will be on the next row on the grid with Sean Ard and Zayden Davidson. These are both teams that have already gotten through pre-qualifying via points, and they have not qualified very well here around Sonoma. This should be an interesting thing to see how these two drivers come through the field. Carter Fitzgerald and Sevar Ilkin. Ilkin didn't make Golden State, makes this weekend. And Rich Roy in a more updated-looking Porsche car, along with Noah Hart on the grid. Huge numbers on the 14th, might I add. Noah Hart, our point leader, not qualifying in a spot that he'd like to. Quinn Kelly is the only driver that from Landry that made the grid. Vershagen did not, and Ingrid Hadeland down the order quite a bit here. Not what Hadeland wanted to see. Austin Sanders and Takumi Hirano, first driver that we come across that did not make it through the Room of Doom last week. On the grid there as well as Carol Abbott and Jamison Moore, new driver for that is the Caspian team. Jamison Moore makes the grid. Anthony Griffith and Lance Calvin on the grid as well, along with Ryan Griffin and Ethan Moore. Jamison Moore and Ethan Moore are not related. Nick Pericles and Joshua Michaels hold down the next row on the grid with Zachary Fitzwater and Sean Perkins on the grid as well there. Woodard and Bobby Jones on the grid, along with Eric Monaco and Vince Freeze. Monaco did not make it through Room of Doom last week either. Tim Morse, driving for Morse Code Racing, one of the teams that tried to qualify for the American 700, didn't, and now is full time this weekend. Teammate Farley Callahan did not make the grid either, and Tyler Thaber also on the grid. Pip Longstocking and Ethan Kiterman, along with Aiden Shepard and Gretchen Faust on the grid, with Dylan Speeds, Cody Lamas, William Brock, Lauren Zabka driving in place of Russ Pliskin. Beth Woodard and DJ Curtis round out the field of 42 cars today. Now, normally we like to see a lot of standing starts on these road courses. However, with the starting order being the way it is here, and kind of the starting grid being mainly on a very narrow portion of the track, they are going to do a rolling start here. And I think the next couple of tracks will actually have a rolling start. The field of 42 rounds is coming to the final corner here behind the pace car here. It is a good spot here for the Ford Performance Technology cars. They tend to kind of get a little bit askew here coming through this corner here, but that is designed as Speeds has to let Zabka in as well there. Here we go. So Ford Performance Technologies have the first and third spots on the grid. This is what they need to do here with Curtis and Brock on the front, or on the first three spots with Bethany Woodard in between them. Green flag is out, and away we go here at Sonoma. Brock did not get going there. That kink is a little nightmare for drivers as they go up the hill. Down towards turn one, turn two they go. And it's been a clean start through the entire field here as they go up the hill now, down through turns 3 and 4. Zabka's all over the back of Woodard there, and now we kind of go through this very difficult section of corners there. Oh, looks like Morse went wide there in the Morse code car. And now we've got the field kind of just funneling through the second slowest turn on the track here as they go through the S-Bend complex once more here. Or for the first time today. Down the hill they go. So far, so good. Ooh, Greg Woodard nearly gets into Bobby Jones there. Jamison Moore nearly comes across Hirano there. But it's been a good start here as DJ Curtis is a big lead as they go around the Sonoma Raceway hairpin. Down here as they rocket onto the front stretch through the final kink for the last time. Curtis leads the first lap, or for the first time, Curtis leads the first lap of the race. Near disaster here on lap 2 as Carol Abbott goes wide, comes back up in front of Ingrid Hadeland. If Hadeland did not see that one coming, that could have been a big accident with Hadeland, Jamison Moore, and Abbott there. And we don't want to see too many accidents down there, really. However, 2 of those 3 would get into an incident on the next lap as there goes Jamison Moore and Carol Abbott off the road. First accident of the day goes to those 2 drivers, and that was more youthful exuberance by Jamison Moore there. And I think that one was just basically Jamison Moore being rather silly there. So right now, DJ Curtis is a pretty big lead over Bethany Woodard, and Zabka is a little pit bull here, fighting through the field here. Great to see Zabka as fast as he is right now. There's Dylan Speeds, the Golden State winner there as well. Cody Lamas looking to do well as well here. Of course, keep in mind, Catalan Sport really wants to get out of pre-qualifying there after a really bad American 700. And Bradley Automotive, I don't think has a single car in the points right now. Oh, yes, they do. I'm sorry. Bobby Jones is in the points right now as we go through the order, looking to see up, as is Calvin, actually, way down the order. And, oh, here comes Griffith on the inside of his teammate there. Griffith on the inside of Perkins. That is for, it looks like 18th position there. And Griffith now got to kind of climb his way up the order pretty quick here. And he's doing that kind of as, it looks like Tim Morse is falling down the order pretty quick as well. However, the driver that's rocketing up the order faster than anybody else right now has been Eric Monaco. Monaco is looking very quick here in the 41 car as he's trying to chase down the 16 of Aiden Shepard. One of the few times that Aiden Shepard is beating his teammate concisely here. Shepard doing a really good job here in the 16 car into the top 10, while Noah Hart's having a pretty poor weekend. One driver really struggling with this track has been Ryan Matthews. He has now fallen behind the Blameless cars, behind the Menervinis, and Matthews is really struggling here. Oh, Bobby Jones on pit road. Not quite sure why he's on pit road, but Bobby Jones has a problem with the 69 car. Could this be a scheduled stop, I wonder? It's also quite clear that Lou Granner is definitely not Ayapo Anselmi. He is way down the order, performing quite poorly in this race. Granner is a Porsche open wheel racer, and we're unsure if Anselmi will be back, even though Anselmi has won a race this year. But Anselmi is right now out on, I believe, ARCSOA concussion protocol here, and Granner doesn't look very strong, to say the least. It's also looking like the Roy Inc. switch to Porsche might have not been a great idea here, as now Rich Roy is down in 31st position. At least the Roy Inc. before could get up into the top 25 with the Mitsubishis, but a lot of controversy about Porsche's involvement in this team because the chassis looks very similar to the good old-fashioned Mitsubishi they were running, but the Porsche doesn't look very strong there. Going up the hill, that Porsche motor really struggling here around this track here and there. I think they're still trying to fine-tune the balance of it, so it looks like we might have had an accident down here. Yeah, Tim Morse has been on and off this track quite a bit so far in this race. He would toss it off the road in the Morse Code car on their ARCSOA debut and would rocket down, would plummet down the running order very quickly there. So Tim Morse not having a good weekend. Well, he made the grid, so that is a good weekend for the full-time debut of the team, but they're really struggling so far. Oh, here's Quinn Kelly coming in, I think, for an early pit stop as well. Kelly, again, this is a very strange type move here. And here comes Kelly down pit road and brings it into the pit box. That is going to be an early, interesting pit strategy, and compared to Bobby Jones, who is right here on that same strategy, I'm not sure how this is going to play out for them. William Brock has fallen down the order a little bit here from his third place starting spot. He's down to 7th. However, Brock is doing a nice job and showing what kind of speed the Fords really do have. There's been some management changes there, and it seems like Ford's doing a decent job. I mean, look, DJ Curtis has got a pretty big lead in the lead right now, so something that we never would have thought. Oh, Bethany Woodard must have gone off the road, and there's Zabka going wide. Bethany Woodard's got a problem with that car. Zabka's off the road, and now we've got Speeds over Lamas. Now in second and third, we're going to have to take a look and see what happened because it looks like the 95, I don't even know where the 95 went. Yeah, something down here happens to the 95 and has definite issues there with her car and would have to bring it down pit road and drive the entire second half of the lap back in trouble here. So very briefly, Lawrence Zabka would take over second, who was being super sub for pass, but then would throw it off the road, and, well, that's not what you want to do if you're Zabka there and you lose a couple spots in the process. William Brock would also toss it off the road here as well on the same lap. I think Bethany Woodard had something to do with that and would rejoin the race behind Eric Monaco in 11th, so not a great lap for a lot of drivers here. Lawrence Zabka on the end of lap 11 as well would bring it down pit road. So we've got a number of cars trying this different alternate pit strategy, and that's good because I think it's going to turn this race into a big pit strategy event. Oh, this is problems for Jamison Moore, who's very slow on track action. Vince Freeze and Ethan Kiterman get some problems there, but Jamison Moore, who was being lapped, would fall out of, or at least have to get a tow back. Oh, we got to stack up another incident on lap 11. This was as Fitzwater goes off the road and Perkins turns his teammate. His Team Thunder teammate. And across the track goes Anthony Griffith, and that's going to cause a lot of damage to the underside of the car there by Anthony Griffith there. And Perkins did not take any prisoners in that situation. And I wonder if the Team Thunder officials will be mad at Perkins for turning his teammate. And now we're on board with Sean Perkins. You're going to see Griffith goes off the road here, and, well, Perkins had plenty of room to the inside there, but he just dumps Anthony Griffith there. And, yep, hold no mercy there, I guess, by Anthony Griffith, or by Sean Perkins there. Meanwhile, DJ Curtis has cut the lap car of Carol Abbott and has really struggled trying to get by Abbott. And actually, Dylan Speeds is really closing in now on the 7 cars, so that should be fun to watch. Can Dylan Speeds go for 2 in a row is a good question right now. And now, within a 1 lap of that last clip now, Dylan Speeds is all over the back of DJ Curtis, and this is where things are going to get very wild now at the front of the field, is I think Speeds has the faster car since Curtis having a really hard time getting by Abbott here. And, well, he's closed in a full second this lap on the leader. So Dylan Speed's looking for that elusive victory here at Sonoma, even though he won last week at Golden State. As there's some dirt just hanging around from earlier here. Dust and dirt. Can Speed sail it up the inside on DJ Curtis is a big question now. At the end of lap 16, then Chester Lester Wester would throw it off the road and put it into the fence. I know you could barely see with all the other dirt down there, but that is not what you want to see if you're Chester Lester Wester. Now it's Cody Lamas' turn to start closing in on the 2 leaders. Look how quickly he is now reeling them in. As Cody Lamas and Pip Longstocking are closing quickly. Here they go. And this is again going to turn into a 4-car battle, I think there. Ooh, Ryan Griffin with damage. We're going to have to take a look and see what happened to him. This is an accident between the Queen of Crash, Ingrid Hadeland, and Ryan Griffin, and that one's all on Hadeland there. Both of which would have to get some damage repair. I don't think Hadeland would hit, though. At least right away. Carter Fitzgerald and Sevar Ilkin would then... Oh, Fitzgerald's out! Something happened to Fitzgerald there. I was going to say, I thought they were doing some pit stop stuff there, but Fitzgerald just fell out of the race. This was not a scheduled pit stop for Ilkin, as Ilkin would go wide, get into Lester Wester there, and that would actually put Lester Wester out of the event there, and that's another incident with Lester Wester down there, and Ilkin would have some front-end damage from that. And this was what would happen to Carter Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald would just kind of overcook it there, spin it out, and put it into the tires. So that would put Fitzgerald out of the race on 16. Tough break for Carter Fitzgerald, who's had horrible luck all weekend, or all year, basically. After 4 laps of being stuck behind the world's worst backmarker, that being Carol Abbott, DJ Curtis would finally get some type of a run here on Abbott, by essentially forcing her down low and getting the spot on her. Dylan Speeds realizes that he's probably going to be stuck behind Abbott for a while and would use this to take advantage to pit this lap, along with Pip Longstocking. So Speeds and Longstocking bring it down pit road. Actually, quite a lot of the field would bring it down pit road, and this brings up the question is, can they make it to the end here? They're putting on 20 of 42. That's going to be an aggressive strategy call here, I think. Another question is, where is Bethany Woodard on her 2-stop strategy? Oh, wow, Bethany Woodard did lose a ton of spot on the short pitting strategy here as she rejoins the race here. Rejoins this group of cars. Woodard makes contact there with the Ferrari there of Aiden Shepard. Nearly loses it there. Shepard has to lose the spot to Monaco then. But that was not what we expected there. I'm willing to bet now Curtis is on pit road. Or maybe not. Curtis stayed out here. Where's the 48 car? That's another good question. 48 has brought it down pit road in 2nd position. Is that more damage for the 30 or for the Team Thunder car, the 4 car there? It looks like it. We're gonna have to take a look and see what happened to him. And this is Anthony Griffith getting off in the exit of turn 1 and throwing it off in turn 2. That would put Griffith out of the race. It's clear to me that the 7 car is trying to go for the longest pit stop strategy he can. He's definitely going to make it in 1, I think, because he's going to cut this race essentially in half. There's Shepard coming back down pit road. He has extensive right side damage, or left side damage to his car. Interestingly enough, though, the 48 has gotten in front of Dylan Speeds, so Dylan Speeds on the short pitting strategy. We're unsure if he's going to make it to the end, but he is now behind the 48 car, and that's not what Speeds would have wanted if he wanted to go for 2 in a row. Curtis, once again, would not bring it down pit road, and Curtis is going for the longest overcut I've ever seen here, but this is going to slow him down, I think, though. I don't know what the purpose of the strategy is going to be, but this overcut is a very long one, and if I'm Cody Lamas, I'm hearing about this, I'd be trying to set off the fastest laps I possibly can, especially with all that clear track in front of him. The only other car on a similar strategy is Gretchen Faust here on this long overcut strategy, and Faust has kind of been nowhere lately in ARCSOA competition, even though she's high up in the championship standings, drivers' championship standings, and the Marlon team is very strong in general. This is going to be a fun battle to see if Faust can at least pull off a decent result today. My apologies, there are also two more cars on this strategy, that being Ard and Michaels on this strategy. Joshua Michaels and Sean Ard also are doing this, and here they go around this track here, and the Michelson team is looking to try and pull this off. However, they're about to be passed actually by some of these cars here as well. Did DJ Curtis actually pit? No, he didn't. I'm surprised that DJ Curtis has been able to stretch the fuel this long. Oh, we got Kelvin off the road. Luckily, he brought it back on. Curtis again stays out another lap, so it just shows how long of a strategy you can go on this. Basically, everyone is on different strategies today. You got cars pitting whenever they want. Oh, that's Noah Hart off the road. No, that's Shepard off the road. I am sorry to Aiden Shepard there, to Noah Hart there. That wasn't him, but Shepard, from his good result, throws it off the road. We're going to have to see what caused that. Thing is, there's no one around Aiden Shepard when this happens, so Shepard just overcooks that corner there, hits the curb, and tosses it. He was kind of in his own little lane there, too. That's surprising that he tossed it off the way he did. Zachary Fitzwater would be the next one to do that same mistake there and toss it off the road. Don't want to do that too often, Zachary. You were in a good spot, too, it looked like. And DJ Curtis now is lapping 2 seconds a lap slower than some of his other compatriots here, including second place Gretchen Faust. He seems to be managing her tires better. Oh, there's Matthews off the road. Matthews gets dumped by Shepard, it looked like there. And again, it's another double DNF for Matthews Motorsport. So here's Ryan Matthews. He's kind of slow there coming out of that corner. And, well, he forces Shepard wide, and Shepard didn't like that and tossed him off the road and out of the race in that regard. So, maybe a little payback there? I don't know. I'm pretty sure the ARCSOA stewards might have to take a look at that. Gretchen Faust will bring it down pit road here. Uh-oh, we have another car with damage. Oh, we got a couple cars with damage. We're going to have to take a look at that now. But Faust brings it down pit road. We're still waiting on the 7 car, though, who is still rocking it out there. But, again, when you're a second and a half, 2 seconds slower a lap than other cars, I'd be concerned. This is what happened to Sean Perkins. Perkins would kind of toss off. Oh, we got a big accident down there, and ooh, Vince Freeze also involved. So Freeze came up to Kai Dry. Dry threw it off the road. Freeze and Dry went off the road. It's definitely not the blame on the 54 there. And Perkins was gonna go wide as well, and just happened to be that a car was there. So this is what happened to Sean Perkins. He just goes a little wide there and gets right into the back bumper there of Vince Freeze. That was kind of a misfortunate situation there. So everyone in the field except DJ Curtis has pitted already so far this race, and Curtis is staying out. He has a massive 35-second lead over everybody, but with how long this pit road is here, I don't think he can hold it at this point. He's got to pit soon or else he's going to lose all that track position. It's been a very tough day to pass. But on the long gain strategy, Sean Ard has actually passed Dylan Speeds for 3rd position, so that's a very impressive showing now we're seeing out of Ard now, because he started way down the order too. But his long game has paid off a bit there, and we're just waiting on, is the 7 going to pit or is he not? I mean, this is kind of a game we're seeing right now, and he's got to pit eventually. The 7 car has to pit eventually here, and he's not again going to pit this time. The 22 of Granner would now throw it off the road and into the wall down there at that S-Bend complex. He got on the curbing there, and again, this track has turned itself into a factory of chaos, kind of like a little Desert Road Atlanta. This track is kind of like, and well, we're seeing that can be a bit of a problem. The question then comes up, because Curtis still has not pitted in this race. Can you go 42 laps on a tank of gas around this track? It's only a 2-mile track. And I'm trying to think, in the American 700, they were doing 2 miles. This is about the same length of track as the American 700. They're all on the throttle there. They were doing it in about 40 laps. Is Curtis going to try this entire race without pitting? I mean, he's got definitely the lead. Oh, had to land way wide there in the back, I mean, but can Curtis definitely try this? Is a strategy call that I think is something that they're going to try. And on this lap, Curtis answers that with no. Curtis finally pits on lap 31 here, and now it's a battle. Will the 48 be a factor in this event now? Oh, Ilkin with a lot of damage to his car. So the 25 would initially throw it off the road here, go off the track, and you're going to see Ilkin does the same thing that Sean Perkins does and rumbles into the back of the 25 there. And that would be Ilkin out. So now Curtis comes out quite a ways behind race leader Cody Lamas. So Cody Lamas has the lead over second place now is Dylan Speeds. He has gotten by Sean Ard there. Ard is just trying to hold on to his third place now. Longstocking is in fourth. Fifth is fifth is now Curtis. So I think Ford might have just thrown away this entire race here, unless if they're expecting the other cars to pit, which we know now on that long strategy, they're probably not going to do that. Never mind. Here comes Lamas down pit road, so I am not sure what is going on in this event now. Lamas is pitting. 27 is not. So Cody Lamas has brought it down pit road. And now, Longstocking in as well. Are they just having to pit on tires now, I wonder? How did DJ Curtis go that long on one tank? So now the 27 and the 83, along with the 17, have pitted as well. So that actually cycled the 7 to the lead, who just single-handedly went long, gapped everyone by an entire pit stop. I don't know how he did it, but he did. Wow, just impressive there. Very impressive. And Gretchen Faust would be the next car to toss it off the road here, and Faust would cause a lot of rear-end damage there. I think we just witnessed one of the most brilliant pit strategy calls we've ever seen in ARCSOA Elite Series history is DJ Curtis somehow saves enough gas that he can gap everyone by a pit stop and saves enough tires that he doesn't have to worry about it. And now DJ Curtis has a big 15-second lead over everybody else. Tires have been a concern all day. And now we're kind of in a very interesting scenario now, as here comes 7. I mean, just one of the most brilliant tire strategy races I've ever seen. The only real position battle on track is right now Eric Monaco, Greg Woodard, and William Brock, and that's simply it, really, on track for battle for positions. Everybody's pretty evenly spread throughout the field now. Oh, there might be one between Roy and Bobby Jones' car. Ooh, Ard on pit road again. Not having a good race now, Ard isn't. Probably possibly an issue there with that car, but looks like Woodard is trying everything he can to get by Monaco here. Of course, this is for Shepard off the road. This is for 5th position now, and Monaco doing a great job holding him off. And now Ard has lost a full lap on pit road, so it was a mechanical problem with Ard. But now he is now fighting with Cody Lamas there, and Lamas is on the lead lap there in 2nd position. And what a showing here by Lamas, though. He needs as many points as he can get, but DJ Curtis now is going to try and pull forward out of the doldrums, it looks like. And Zachary Fitzwater would go down to the corner of doom here and throw it off the road here, trying to get by Lance Kelvin, and Fitzwater would fall out of the race. So, again, more calamity here by cars on this track. Lamas also would have to bring it down pit road again, so I'm not sure what's up with Lamas. There goes Kelvin off the road. Kelvin gets into the side of Lamas and would go way, way, way up that dirt bank there. And now that's going to put Speeds in second position. And this is probably going to hurt the Bradley team because they right now are in relegation of pre-qualifying if 27 car gets a lot of points. 27 to 51, that is. And now it's Curtis's turn on pit road. On the last lap, taking the white flag, DJ Curtis is on pit road for a splash and dash. I'm not sure why. And now here we go. It's going to be actually a battle now. Curtis comes back out on track, and there goes Dylan Speeds on by. Where's the 48? 48's still a long way back. So Dylan Speeds, DJ Curtis has led every lap of this race, with the exception of the last lap. I'm not sure why. Oh, we had a tire going down, we're hearing. On the last lap, DJ Curtis had to pit the car, had a tire go down, and now Dylan Speeds, provided that nothing silly happens with Dylan Speeds is going to snooker this win and win 2 in a row here. Dylan Speeds comes through this, and he's going to be, I think, the first 3-time winner this season. Here he goes, down to the final corner here, and Dylan Speeds, oh man, if I'm DJ Curtis, I am kicking myself for hitting that debris. Dylan Speeds is going to somehow shockingly win this race on the last lap of the race. I'm not sure how that one happened, but Dylan Speeds wins this race. And DJ Curtis has got to be fuming that he lost this one, because he dominated this event, and a tire going down cost him it. Dylan Speeds, DJ Curtis, and Pip Longstocking are your podium position finishers. Longstocking did not pit there at the end and somehow got third there. It was a tire issue with Cody Lamas there that had to pit as well, so maybe hit the same piece of debris that Curtis did. Woodard is in 5th. Greg Woodard is in 5th. William Brock 6th. Eric Monaco 7th. So Monaco did lose those spots to Woodard and Brock there. Noah Hart 8th. Hirano 9th. Michaels 10th. Michaels had the fastest lap of the day. 11th goes to Ryan Griffin. 12th to Bethany Woodard. 13th to Ethan Moore. 14th to Sanders. 15th to Zabka. 16th to Thaber. Ard 17th, 1 lap down. Jones. Quinn Kelly was overheating after coming across the line, so that's listed as a retirement. Not quite sure why, even though he did finish. 20th goes to Abbott. 21st goes to Kiterman. 22nd goes to Grainer. So Grainer actually gets points despite doing nothing all weekend. 23rd to Roy. 24th to Adeline. 25th to Faust. 26th to Shepard. 27th to Kelvin. 28th to Moore. 29th to Fitzwater. Now we got the long list of cars that all fell out. 30th, Morse. 31st, Pericles. 32nd, Ilkin. 33rd goes to Perkins. 34th goes to Matthews. 35th to Dry. 36th to Freeze. 37th to Davidson. 38th to Halliday. 39th to Miyazaki. 40th to Griffith. 41st to Fitzgerald. And 42nd to Chester Lester Wester. So, leaving the round of Sonoma, Noah Hart has extended his point lead, actually, almost to a full 100 points. Noah Hart is having a very good season so far this year. Tyler Faber in 2nd, Vince Freeze 3rd, Gretchen Faust 4th, Carol Abbott 5th, Woodard 6th, Beth Woodard that is, Lamas down to 7th. Lamas is not, or maybe that's an up, I'm sorry, up to 7th. Speeds 8th, Moore 9th, Pericles in 10th, Greg Woodard 11th, Sean Ard 12th, and you can already see these drivers are almost 300 points back on Noah Hart already. Griffin 13th, Curtis up to 14th, Bobby Jones 15th, and again, right here with Bobby Jones, he's 300 points down on Noah Hart. 16th for Davidson, 17th for Matthews, 18th for Griffith, 19th for Sanders, 20th for Curtis, or for Kelvin, 21st for Hirano, 22nd for Monaco, 23rd for Shepard, 24th for Long Second, 25th for Roy, 26th for Anselmi, 27th for Perkins, 28th for Pliskin, 29th for Hadeland, 30th for Kiterman, 31st for Fitzgerald, 32nd for Costra, 33rd for Verschagen, 34th for Michaels. All the way down here, we're going to keep going here. Bouchard there, Fitzwater. Michaels is really strong there on 146. Still hasn't caught Costra yet. As we kind of go through the order there, you can just see here, it's Lawrence Zabka there, and Lou Granner is the 61st car, last car to score points there. We have a new leader on the top of the constructors' standings with Dominion and Caraway 4 points in front of Toyota. Tesla there, and then, oh my goodness, 4th through 6th, all separated by a single point. Ferrari, Marlon, and Lycoya down there, 101 points behind Ferrari. We have Silver Speed, Nissan, Hadeland Sport gets in to the locked-in spots, and Team Thunder are the bubble car with Bradley on the outside looking in. Ford Performance, if they're as fast as they look, they're pretty soon going to get locked in. Roy Inc. pass. Matthews, Honda, Mid-Atlantic, Middle Deutschland, Michelson in only 3 races up on 222. They, by the end of the year, could be locked in. Landry, Userod, Fordale, Menervini, Blameless, Caspian, ARCSOA America, Horizon, Kawartha Lakes, Peugeot, and Morse Code all didn't score points this weekend. But now we've seen a swap out for who is in the... who is locked in, and Bradley Automotive now has to go through pre-qualifying next week at the round of Mill Valley next week. So, at the Mill Valley Motorsports Park. With that being said, we will see you in Mill Valley, everybody. See you then.